Hi guys, I welcome you to momentswithbeth YouTube channel. My name is Okwemi Elizabeth Family, and on this channel we film about faith, balance and the female gender. Yes, in my last video I talked on low self-esteem, the types and the thing, and I debunked some things about low self-esteem. So in today's video we'll continue on that same topic and we'll talk on how to build self-esteem. How do you build your self-esteem? Let's jump right into it as you learn one or two things as you go on. The very first point I'll be talking on is by working on your mind. Yes, when we say work on your mind, you must work on your mind if you have low self-esteem. Mike Murdoch said your mind is like a soil, which means whatever you plant into it is what germinates for you. If you plant cassava into this earth soil, it will bring up cassava. If you plant maize, it will definitely bring up maize. So whatever you plant into that mind of yours, which is a soil, is what will germinate for you. If you plant the negative things into your soil, it will definitely germinate negative things. If you are very pessimistic, you are always thinking of negative things happening to you, definitely you are already planting something into your mind, and that is what it will germinate for you. There is always this belief I always have when I was younger, that if I use my left leg to eat something, bad things will happen, and if I use my right leg to hit something, good things will happen to me. I don't know who gave me that belief actually, but let me be frank with you that anytime I use my left leg to eat something, bad things will surely happen. It may not be accidents, it may not be all these big bad things, but those little things that you count as bad I'm telling you that such things will happen to me. And if I use my right leg, good things will surely happen to me. And the reason it's happening to me is because I already planted that seed into my mind. If you are not careful of what you take in, if you are not careful of what you believe, if you are not careful of the seeds you plant, definitely be sure that whatever you plant will surely grow back to you. And it will not grow back in the rate at which you plant it. It will grow in multitudes. If you are not careful of what you plant, whatever you plant is what will germinate back to you. So be careful of planting negativity into your mind. It is a soil, and it will germinate in multiple folds. It will germinate in multiple folds. And how can you work on your mind? The very first point I'll be talking about is by working on your mind. The Bible made it so clear for us that we must always renew our mind. And the way you can renew our mind is by reading the Word of God. Yes, I cannot underestimate reading the Word of God, because it will purge you and wash you clean. Yes, it will wash you clean. It will purge every of the negativities, every of the negative thoughts, every of the beliefs, every of the so-called superstitions that you've been brought up with. And that is one of the ways you can actually renew and work on that your mind. If you're not being purged and you keep on living your life the way it has been structured with these various superstitions, definitely those things will be happening to you. The second point I'll be talking about is that distance yourself from negativities. Yes, it may be through movies, it may be through people, it may be through enemies. Make sure you distance yourself from negativities, because whatever you hear, there is high tendency that it settles in your mind, especially for people who have low self-esteem. Yes, whatever they hear, it easily gets settled in their mind. That is the reason they believe everything that people say about them. You are this, you are that, you are this, you are that, and they will be believing. That is the reason those people with low self-esteem, they always live their life to prove to others, because they don't want people to think bad of them. So if you don't distance yourself from negativities, bet me, there is high tendency, there is high risk of it being settled in your mind. I remember the parable of the sower Jesus mentioned. He planted good seeds, and the devil came and planted the other in this same farm he planted. And when they grew up, the sower saw both the good seeds and the bad ones. What I'm trying to bring out here is that it is very possible for people to plant negative seeds in your mind if you are not careful with them. That is the reason I said you should distance yourself. So if you are not careful people will plant negative seeds into your mind, and you know that whatever is being planted is what is being harvested, is what will germinate and it will be harvested. So if you are in a corner that maybe it's not possible for you to distance yourself, make sure you send that negative seed away immediately. And how can you send it away? Leads me to the next point. But before we go, I would like to ask a question here: that have you ever been in a situation that a bad or negative word or words was sent to you? What did you do at that point? Let me see your comments in the comments box. The next point I will be talking about is confession. When negative words or seeds is being sent across to you, confess immediately. If it is someone you cannot talk back to, love, honor, and culture, make sure you repeat it severally in your mind. If you are talking in your mind, nobody is knowing. No, repeat it in your mind and talk positively. Change that negative seed into a positive seed and don't let it sink. Don't leave that place and still be thinking about it, that this person said this thing about me. No, change it to good and begin to ponder on that thing. Ponder on that thing, because it is what you believe. It is the seed you receive that will be planted and that will go and you harvest. So if you are not believing that, if you do not accept it and you are not pondering on it, you are not giving it too much thought, definitely it will not happen, because you are already giving the positive seed much thought, and that will combat the negative seed in you. I hope that with these few points you'll be able to work on your self-esteem and build your self-esteem so that you have a high self-esteem and not the inflated one. So join me in my next video as we talk about another interesting topic. Thank you and goodbye. Ease yourself with negativity. Like, the second point I'll be talking about is that this